Girl, let's talk about it. Did you hear them talking about it? Oh my God, do you know this? What? Oh my God.
Oh my God, Shawty Lavely and Nicole. Shawty Lavely and Nicole on a roll. Lighting up the stream, the vibe is bold. Shawty Lavely and Nicole, let's go. Kicking down doors, we make some noise. Grown folks talk with truth and voice. Doing it big, turning up the flow. Shawty Lavely and Nicole, you know. Oh yeah, it's Shawty Lavely and Nicole. Oh yeah, it's Shawty Lavely and Nicole. Everywhere, it's Shawty Lavely and Nicole. Oh yeah, grown talk vibes, the moment is here.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, girl.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unfiltered at 5 with Shawty Live and Leah Nicole. What's up, y'all?
Hey, everybody. Welcome
Yes.
in December 31st. It's going down tonight at midnight, y'all. What we getting into, doing, what we leaving behind, what we recapping.
Right. Absolutely. What's going on, y'all? It
So,
is New Year's Eve. It is New Year's Eve. Go and bring us in with the topic.
I'm not the same woman I was last year, and that's the point.
Yes, I'm not the same woman I was last year, and that's not a loss, that's a win. I had to outgrow old versions of myself, disappoint a few people, and choose growth over comfort. If that makes me different, good. This episode is about why becoming someone new is the whole point. All right. So, reflecting back on 2025.
Honey, I
It
feel
was
like
a hell of a year.
these roller coasters was rolling in 2025.
Absolutely.
So much happened in 2025, so much lost,
Yeah.
it was it's been a rough ride. It's been a rough ride.
But I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff needed to happen this year. A lot of stuff needed to happen. You needed to see people's true colors and stuff like that, so you can, maybe you could start off fresh in the new year. So
Yeah, most
I guess
definitely.
that's a good way to look at it.
And it is. I think what they say, sometimes God has to bring you to some stuff when you're moving on to a different level in your life, and everybody can't go with you where you're going. So he has to show you things, and sometimes the things that he shows you is very hard.
Yeah.
You want to see it, but you can't unsee stuff either. Once you see it, and it is what it is.
Right.
But what are some of the things that you feel like the most challenging thing that you had to let go of?
So the most challenging thing that I had to let go of was definitely friendships with some people, even like love life changed a lot. I was dealing with a situation that ended at the beginning of the year. It was a little hard. It was a little challenging for me, but I got through it. But yeah, letting go of friendships, like friendships that you've had that I've had for like years and years and I'm talking about like we grew up together, that's been one of the most challenging things for me because people have changed this year. It's changed significantly. People have changed. People have gotten weird. People have acted funny, and people betray you and everything. So that's one thing that I've had to. It's been hard, and I've sat with it. I've cried to myself. I prayed. I've done the work. But what I have realized is that everybody cannot go where you're going in life sometimes, and that's okay. Everybody cannot have a seat at your table, and that's okay. The whole saying that there's an old saying, some people come in your life for a reason, and some come for a season. Everybody is not meant to stay. Some people are just not meant to stay in your life for forever. And sometimes we just have to accept that, unfortunately, even though it may be hard to accept at first, you have to accept that and everything. Sometimes it's hard to change, can be hard, and it can be hard to adjust to and stuff like that. So yeah, but definitely losing some, not going into the new year with some of those people, but hey.
Yeah. And it's different. Different. It always is. In these claps. It always is different. I think understanding, I'm messing with stuff, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That, like what you said, everybody can't go where you're going. And I think in 2025, I've learned lessons from the time that I started really diving deeper into myself, religion, learning, cleansing myself, detoxing things. And I just felt like my life was targeted. Like, I went through this, well, you was with me through some of that. I went through this whirlwind of a bad period that was really bad. And I didn't realize the people that was moving it around me, because I'm thinking everybody's good. Everybody wishes me the best. Everybody wants to see me succeed. But what I had to learn in 2025, that no, everybody doesn't want to see me succeed. Everybody does not want to see me win. And it doesn't make a difference at what cost it is and who gets hurt. It's what people do. Everybody wants to see you go where you're going. And for whatever reason, the gain, the loss, I've lost a lot. I think losing things at my age is like, whoa, it's like a whoa for me, because when you have someone, like you said, friends that you've had for so long, that like family to you, and then they're gone, it's like, ooh, what do you do? Because now everything moves a little different. It feels a little different. But then you have to ask yourself, what was the person bringing to me anyway? What were they bringing to my life? And was it balance? And were they really extending that branch that I needed sometime when I was in those deltas? And, like, what was going on? You see what I'm saying? So I have asked myself those things time and time again, but then I realized also that everything is not meant for me to know. I don't have to understand it. All I have to do is be obedient and understand the assignment. And where I'm headed, I can't take everybody, because it would have happened on the road. You see what I'm saying? It happened in the beginning. So it would have happened bigger. The bigger picture would have been an explosion. So God said for me was, I'm not going to let the explosion be this big. I'm going to let it explode now. You're going to hurt. It's going to sting, but you're going to get through it. And I think that's what I'm not carrying in 2026. I'm carrying this 2026 like I'm going in it, kicking down the doors, kicking them down. And I'm not stopping by nothing and no means. I'm not being dead. I'm not being, because there was a lot of things on my roster. It was the guys. It was this. It was all this stuff that was, that was distractions. And I'm saying, I gotta stay focused, because I want this more, and I want this foundation that I'm trying to build, this empire. And I can't get it at the club. I can't get it partying. I can't get it kicking it. I can't get it talking about people. So let me think of another way to do this. That's what it is in my life for me. And as hurtful as some of that stuff still feels and stings, it's healing. I think I'm walking in injury, healing through pain and pushing past all the stuff that I think has and caused me to fall. But like I always say, I'm never going to stay down there long. I'm not going to stay dancing with anybody long. But yeah.
And to 2026, I told my friend today, I said, I'm going for everything I want. I'm going to have everything we want. All we doing in 2026, all we doing is winning. It ain't no losing over here. When I say that, all 2026, I want everybody to say it. All we doing is winning. Ain't no losing over here. That's all we doing is winning. So that's my mindset. All 2026. That's the mindset that's what I'm saying. Everybody who want to come with me on a ride, come with me on a ride. If not, stay your butt back on behind everything, because I ain't got room for no negativity, no nonsense, no none of that. Because all we doing is winning, and that's all I want to do. I want to be around people in rooms with people who love me, who care, who like-minded, love me, care about me, want the best for me. You know, I don't have time for no negative energy and everything. You know, it's no nonsense. And a lot of people really gonna think, you know, it's like we said, a lot of people really gonna think I'm different, but you know, no, it's just, you know, we gonna be on our grown woman, big girl shit, and grown woman shit. And we moving this train along and everything. So, you know, it's only getting bigger and better. And something else here.
You know that song? I'm just walking in my purpose, babies. I haven't even touched the surface, baby. You know, walking in a different life. But you know what's so crazy? When people know that you're walking in a different life, they start falling off by themselves, because your drive should not make somebody uncomfortable. So what you have, the bigger question is that you have to ask yourself is, why my purpose is making someone so uncomfortable?
Right.
So that's either they're afraid of what you're getting ready to get to, or they're intimidated about who you are.
Absolutely.
Facts across the board.
Yeah.
Saying
people don't realize is like it's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. It's like what I always say, you block your own blessings by hating on somebody, being jealous of somebody, being envious of somebody and stuff like that, because there's no need for that. You know, like I said, I never did understand why people just can't, why it's so hard for people to compliment somebody on something when you see somebody doing well, or if you like what somebody's doing, it's so hard for you to say, hey, let me go join them. Hey, hey, how can I be down? Why don't you join them and stuff like that? But no, we rather talk about people and be mean and behave. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with us now.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what's wrong. I mean, it's sad. And then, you know, like the things that I think that I've gained in 2025, some of the things that I think was a bad and a good at the same time. You know, I got my mom. You know, she's with me. You know, I can love her. I can hug on her. I can smell her in the morning. I can sit down in the room and watch TV and laugh. You know, it gives me purpose. You know, it gives me, I think if I can take, you know, the good out of 2025, that would be a gift. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Someone's curse, my gift. You see what I'm saying? Someone's, you know, I can say that because I can say we're smiling, you know. And I remember many nights and years crying of not being able to see my mother at all.
Yeah.
Not being able to be around her. And it was years that I wasn't around my mom. And so to have her and to be able to just, you know, watch her and comb her hair and, you know, talk shit to her all day and, you know, her whine about whatever she's whining about in the morning. And, you know, she's like, you're feeding me too much food. Why do you bring food up here all day? You just always feeding me. But now, you know, she's so cute with it. She's gotten to the point where she knows that I have snacks. So she'll be like, what you got snacking in there? What kind of cake she got in there in the room, you know? And I'm like, oh no, you ain't gonna start on these snacks. And this is like happening over here.
Well, you got enough snacks to share.
I do, and I'm getting rid of the snacks this year. This year the snacks got to go because I'm on.
Wow, snack wall is coming down.
I have to do something a little different. You know, I'm about to be 54 January 5th, so I can't be running in all these snacks. This figure ain't gonna stay the same forever, honey. And something's gonna start shifting. So I was like, you know, let me start.
You ready to buy you a sign that says Shelly Live Bar?
Oh no, Shelly Live Bar, but ain't gonna be.
That's how much snacks she got. I mean, I'm talking cake pies, cookies, chips, rice cakes, popcorn, M&Ms. She got so much snack. I'm like, I don't even snack like this.
But I do. I have been really scaling back off of the snacks. That was one of my big challenges. Walking into 2026, that's one of my challenges. It's like, okay, you're not going to do this anymore. And I went out the other day to the grocery store deliberately and bought like, you know, 2 of everything, 2 of the Cheez-Its, 2 of the cakes, 2 of the Oreos, 2 of the, you know, so I can, so right when it hit the 31st, I'm going to eat myself all the way to the 31st. Like right now I'm finna eat. I've been eating up this stuff, you know, we're almost at midnight. All this stuff got to be gone by midnight. So I'm handing it out. I'm giving some to jail and I'm like, hey, take some of this stuff out of my room. Hey, take some of this stuff. You eat some. So I'm trying to do that different and be healthier you know, in 2026. Like I have to be, because I got a lot of stuff I want to do, and I ain't no spring chicken. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
That's what I was saying to myself. I said, I ain't no spring chicken. I said, I got to get this weight together and everything.
Right.
I said, I'm going back to start taking these damn walks again, these nature walks, and I'm working out here. I'm working out every day. Yes, I definitely.
We live closer so we can motivate each other, and I can jump my hands and come on, let's go, let's go run out here, you know. But it's hard when you're doing it. Just, you know, for me, I get up in the morning, I'm like, oh God, I gotta get on this treadmill. Oh my God, I gotta go walk. Oh my God. And then when I go to the gym, I get irritated because it's always guys trying to talk to you when you're trying to work out. It's annoying.
See, that's why I don't go out. That's why I start putting workout equipment in my house. Like,
get your workout on, someone standing over there trying to talk and you sweating. I'm like, dude, like, I don't even want to, I'm not feeling this flavor in the midst of this. Catch me when I'm going out the door, but I don't want to talk while I'm in here trying to sweat.
Because you're not gonna get your workout in. It ain't gonna be no point. But that's why people get gym membership. I noticed that's why some people get gym membership. People just get gym membership just so they can go and meet and hit on men hit on women and stuff like that. Or women go in there just to find a damn man. You ain't really working out.
With nobody. I don't even, you know, I be having my hair swirl on, the bonnet, you know, I'm trying to get in, get out to get to work by 6:30 and you in my face. Going on. It's too early. You know, so that's one thing. But like I said, 2025, I think the other thing that was real challenging for me in 2025 was all the stuff that I went through in my prior relationship and just trying to heal from that and all that toxicity. You know, some people could be great people, but the surrounding of energy is like it's enough to make you go, oh, I can't do this anymore. I'm saying, like, asking God to remove you from something that you know you can't it's no longer for the good of you. Right. So I think in my mind, I feel like a lot of that stuff I had to just like own it, take it, bury it, and keep it moving. And it was so many things that hurt that I had to heal from.
Right. Me too. Right. I had to heal a lot from, it's like I said, healing from the situation I was in and everything. And then just healing from even, like I said, friendships and everything. And learning to I'm just learning to not expect much from people anymore. I'm learning to just accept people for who they are and everything. Cause I'm just like, I don't, you can't change nobody. You can't make nobody do right by you. So you just have to learn to accept people and say, hey, you do you and I do, and I'm gonna do me and everything. And that's how that's gonna be. Cause you get tired of you putting you putting more into somebody and you're not getting back enough, you're not getting appreciated like how you're supposed to be appreciated, stuff like that.
I think like that a little bit, in a situation that I had gotten in. And the crazy part was I really did like the guy a lot, but I just, when I started feeling like my worth was being compromised, I think that was the removal point for me, when I'm like, wait a minute, either I'm on a different page or he's on a different page, but whatever this page is, we're not on it together. Right. And owning it early, then it'd be months and months and months and months and months down the road, and then I was trying to fit into a world that I don't even have a place in. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's the harder part for some of us women. We want to sit in stuff that we feel and we know spirit is not the way you want it to be, but you want something bad to the point where you accept it. And I think for me, I had to make myself uncomfortable to remove myself to say, this is not for the good of me right now. Because if it was, I wouldn't be asking these repeated questions. I wouldn't have to need the validation. I wouldn't have to understand what this is. I would know what it is and I would feel it. So I think that was the biggest thing. And then after that situation, I kind of just started reflecting. I started really sitting with myself and just saying, okay, things are not moving, and maybe it's this, and maybe it's that, and maybe it's time for me to look at me and ask myself, what am I doing that's bringing this to me, and what do I need to undo to stop bringing this to me? Right. This is not what I want. You see what I'm saying? So start being the person that I need to be to attract things that I need to attract.
Right, absolutely. I had to do a lot of sitting down and thinking and reflecting, and I had to do a lot of that too. Like, okay, what am I doing wrong? Let me sit down, let me reflect, let me take some time to think. Like, I need to switch some things differently, and it did. Like, so I realized that I said, you had to, go intimacy early. We're not doing it this time around. I'm looking for someone who I could, before I want to find my best friend. I
Right.
want to be best friends with someone before we get to the love. I want to be friends. Let's be best friends. Let's do stuff together. Let's do that first.
Let's
Then
talk. Let's laugh together. Yeah.
Right. That's what I had to realize. That's what I wanted now. So yeah, that's what
Mhm.
I'm on. So that's why I'm asking questions. I'm not ignoring red flags this time around. I'm you'd be surprised too, with the high STD and HIV rate. My friend brought up a very good point. She said, a lot of men, they won't, men don't take their health as seriously as women do. We go to the doctor, we get checked out, we go get tested. Men don't really do that and everything. And she said men won't even ask a woman like, hey, when is your last STD or HIV? And I said, that's a really good point. I said, anybody, and no men who I've ever been out with have never asked me that before. I've always had to be the one to bring it up and
To the
say
table.
to the
Hey,
table.
let's check this out first before we
Right.
go jump in the sack.
Right.
A lot of people don't think they can catch anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people think they're exempt from catching stuff, and
Mhm.
the day we live in, and the rate in it, and there, bad enough, the rate in Atlanta is so high anyway. This ain't when you need to be out here tap dancing with the devil. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you don't know. There's a lot of people walking around here HIV positive, don't even know they're HIV positive.
I was about to say, yeah.
So
And you're supposed to and they have it, and they're not telling people that. Like, you have that. You're supposed to tell people you have HIV. You're not supposed to just go around giving that out to people and stuff like that. Do you ever see it getting any better or going down?
No, because I think people are unprotected. I think
Irresponsible.
people have sex with multiple partners.
Mhm.
You might have a woman that you're with one partner and you think your partner is just with you, and your partner is out here doing the most with everybody. And then
Right.
you get caught in that mix. So it's real important to, when you say to somebody, hey, I'm sleeping with you. So if anything I get, I know it came from you. I'm not going over to shoddy because ain't no shoddy. It's you.
Right.
So that's the conversation that I have in the beginning. It's not,
Right.
we gonna these papers, we gonna make sure we good. So
Right.
if anything comes outside of them, we're not taking papers from 2 weeks ago. We doing it together. We gonna know that
Right.
these dates across the board. I
Right.
want to see my chart. I don't want to see
Right.
you print the paper and give me. I want to see it in your my chart that you screenshot it with your name at the top, saying I took and I'm good. You see what I'm saying? Because people
Absolutely.
think, and I don't think it's fair to a lot of people that do catch stuff from people
Mhm.
knowingly, because they're thinking that their partner is only with them, and that's
Right.
women like, because both women and men are messy.
Right.
It's to the
Absolutely.
sleeping with people's husbands. You got so
Mhm.
many people excuses why they're sleeping with people's boyfriends. And I
Mhm.
think I'm hearing in 2025 when I hear women say, girl, his girlfriend giving him problems. Oh, he leaving her, but they live in the same house.
Right.
No, they got so much stuff you can't get rid of. They gotta be
Right.
together. No, they don't want to leave each other.
Mm-mm.
And you're not worth them leaving the person. That's the thing.
Mm-mm.
That's the part that you have to comprehend in your brain. You're not worth them leaving who they're with,
Right.
because whatever you're doing is not enough for them to leave the person that you're thinking
Exactly.
hard time with. And I hear people say it all the time, and I think it's the craziest thing for any woman to say. I
Mhm.
think you should be about yourself to say, I respect myself enough not to
Absolutely.
this. And if
Right.
you're in a household and it's unhappy and your relationship isn't working, get the hell out of it.
Right. We
Kind of
gotta
simple.
know our value. We gotta know our worth. We gotta know our value and everything. And that's I hope, going forward and moving into 2026, I hope that more women understand that and know their value and their worth more. I would love to see that, you know, because like it's like what you said, this sleeping with husbands and, you know, just going around and
girlfriend. You know, you want to fight the girlfriend because she's
Right.
saying she's your friend because you feel like you the girlfriend.
Right.
Girl, I got all that. Like
it's time for that.
It's too much. And it's like at some point you got to be grown and you got to take accountability and say, no,
Right.
you get your situation together, then look me up.
Right.
Because what makes you feel like somebody's going to do that and then do it not, you know, they do it to you and you deal with it. What makes you think they ain't doing that to multiple people?
Right.
Multiple people the same way.
Right.
You ever be with somebody and they choose somebody else over you and you wonder why they chose the other person?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
that happened. That actually happened to me this year, believe it or not. But
you know, and it makes you self-reflect. And I think for me in the relationship, well, I don't want to say relationship because it really wasn't, but it was something, you know. But the thing that was bigger for me is because I felt like I was a secret and I didn't like the fact or the feeling of feeling like the secret. Right. And I'm going to myself, I'm saying, I'm a nice looking lady. I don't understand why I'm not, you know, why I can't go nowhere and why I'm never asked that. You know what I'm saying? And when I started questioning those things about myself, I had to really poke myself on the shoulder and say, hey, get it together because that's not it. You know,
I say that to myself all the time. I'm like, I'm a great catch. I'm a great woman. I try to do the right thing. I'm a God-fearing woman. You know, so what is it about me? I don't understand why people just want to come in my life and just play games and want to walk all over me and try to sleep with me and just end up hurting me in the end.
And then what? You see what I'm saying? And when you fall in, and then what? And then I think, you know, in that situation, it was kind of like that. I sat with myself long enough to go, I'm not doing this again. And I'm not compromising me because I don't have to. I have the room and the wiggle room to be picky. You see what I'm saying? I have the room to be picky. I walk in where people are millionaires and they got money and they got this and they got that. And I'm settling for anything that's outside of that. So if I'm going to settle for something, it's going to be damn sure worth what I'm settling for. But it's not going to be somebody putting me second, playing me third, making me feel like I'm doing something wrong or deflecting on me because I'm asking a question. I shouldn't have to ask the question when it comes to somebody that's rocking with me. So I stopped asking the question. And when I removed a lot of stuff out of my life, like sex and entertaining stupidness, crazy conversation, I'm not having a text relationship. I'm not going to text a whole relationship. That's not, I know I'm not that girl. So therefore, if I'm not her, I'm not going to pretend to be her because at some that's going to irritate me. So I'm going to say, you go ahead and you do it the way you know how, and I'm going to do it the way I know how. But these are all the things I'm leaving behind in 2025 because 2026 line up a little different. You see what I'm saying? It's a little different.
Yeah,
and I'm not rushing to the finish line. When he comes, and when he's with me, I'm going to know he's supposed to be there. I'm not going to have to be trying to figure it out how he got there. And you know, if he the size of my hair, or you know, if he likes my braids underneath my wig, he gonna like everything.
Right. Absolutely.
Because it's for you. They for you. They like
exactly.
Everything.
That sure do. And they won't have to ever question you. When you know, you know. You gonna know your person. You know. You don't have to question it or guess it. You know who your person is. So
you're gonna say, oh yeah, that one's ride or die. That one ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You know, anytime you gotta sit somewhere long and you have to keep second guessing,
right?
Is it what it is? You know, am I important? Am I gonna see it? Gonna come by? Is it gonna? That's too much. That's a lot of energy. I mean, it's a lot of. It takes too much time, and I'm okay. You know, I'm okay with this slow race that's going on right now.
Me too.
In my life right now, I'm okay. I'm not hurt. You know, I feel like life has taken me on a ride, and I've been on this roller coaster for a long time, and now it's my time to get off and enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Absolutely.
And that's all. And that's how I really embrace it. I don't try to cry about it no more. And if I am crying, it's crying because I'm in pain. But other than that, I'm not here boo-hooing about anything, you know.
Yeah, I that's how I'm feeling too. Like I kept I was talking to another one of my friends today. We were reflecting on a lot of things, and I say to myself, "Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm taking my time. I'm living and I'm enjoying myself. I would love to get married. I would love to have the fairy tale life, and I'm thinking about a lot of things. Sometimes I think like, hey, like I don't, maybe I want to move to another state. I don't know. Like I'm thinking about a lot of things. So I would love to get married. I'm not giving up on love, but I do accept if it doesn't happen. I don't want to die alone, but I do accept, but I'm not giving up and everything. I would love to have all those things. So, but I'm in no rush, and I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle.
What it's supposed to be. That's
Right.
the thing. I don't want to settle for what I think, because I think of, so you hear people say, oh, I'm of age and it's time for me to be married now because I'm this age. It's time.
Right.
I don't want that. I want it to be, I'm happy and this guy loves me and he's bouncing off a wall when I come around. So that's the feeling, and I'm okay being by myself. That before I had a lot of, I didn't like being by myself. I felt like I had to be in a relationship, and then when I got to the point, I'm like, being alone is not so bad.
Right. I said that it's very much peaceful. I like this little celibate life and stuff like that, and not having sex, and it's very much peaceful. And like I said, you have a lot of time to think and reflect. And we're taking our time because I want to get it right. I don't want to just ignore stuff in the beginning and then end up in the long run, then end up getting hurt and getting into a marriage that I'm not supposed to be in and stuff like that. I want to take my time with all of that,
and that makes sure that he loves you, that he's for you.
Absolutely.
Like, I look at things and I feel like I got a lot more to learn and I got a long way to go.
Absolutely.
And I feel so much that I want to do, that I need whoever's going to be with me is going to have to understand the passion and the drive that I have and be like my cheerleader, cheer me on and be cheering me on in a happy state, not cheering me on and be bitter in the process of cheering me on, but actually be cheering me on and be like, that's her and she's doing it. So it means a lot. I think it means more than anything. So those are some of the things that I'm just like reflection. And I think tonight, that's what I'm going to be sitting and doing with myself. I'm just going to be writing, journaling, embracing the new year, and hopefully I'll make it. Don't fall asleep, because knowing me, I'll be asleep, but I want to make sure I'm right there at that little borderline, This is the first.
I'm doing a lot of that, writing and journaling and reflecting. I've been doing a lot of that, and I've been loving it and everything. That's definitely what I'm gonna do.
For me, I've always wrote, like that's something that I've done all my life. I've always been able to write down things and or do it in song form, or write a song that speaks about my pain, something that I'm hurting from, and that has always been a passion of mine, just writing. And I think I've healed myself through a lot of writing. Writing's what made Singing for Freedom. You know what I'm saying? Writing in books and remembering my life and being able to say, God, I went through that. And I went through that. That's a bigger, one of the other biggest things for this year for me is just a movie coming out, in my life, and people can actually see it. And those that was with me on that ride and during that time, they're going to know, especially the people that used to come to the club and see me all the time. And they've been, they're here and they're seeing, yeah, that was her. And she's still here. And I still look the same. And I'm still the same person, because a lot of stuff should have broken me that did not. And I wish people would stop trying to break me, because they don't really get anywhere. I just think they keep trying. Like, I think it's an injustice to keep trying at some point. At some point, don't you just get tired?
Right.
Like, move on to the next victim.
Excuse me. Well, they can try it. Thank you. They can try all they want to. They can try all they want to break you, but you don't let it stop you. You don't let it bother you. You keep on doing you, staying in your lane and being who you are.
This is the first New Year's I've had with my mother in almost 10 years.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That is a long time. Wow. I'm so glad that you guys get to be together and you're reunited with each other. I love that for you.
Good feeling. It's a good place to be. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, honey.
Absolutely.
I sit down and drink sorrel at midnight and be drunk as skunks.
Yeah, I tell you what, you everybody out, there's a lesson for everybody. You got to get your relationship right with your parent, with your mom. We not gonna have our mothers and our fathers, and we're not gonna have our parents for forever. So you out there, you get that relationship right, and you love on your parents while they are here. A lot of people didn't lost their parents, so you got to be thankful. I'm thankful. I'm an adult and everything. My mom still checks on me and make sure I'm good. So I have to say I'm thankful and I'm blessed to have that in my life.
Yeah, because relationships are stuff that you have to have, and like even in 2025, I'm not taking in any animosity that any pain somebody's caused on my life. I'm not angry. I just pray for them. I pray
Right.
for the people that hurt me, and I pray that they got whatever they needed out of it.
Right.
I'm not bitter and I'm not mad. It's
Yeah.
okay. You see, I'm at peace with it. My spirit and everything is at peace with all of this stuff that has
Right.
taken place in 2025. But I just know there's no room for it in 2026.
Right.
There's
That's me too. I definitely I pray. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, if we fell out, I don't wish you no bad, no harm, no nothing. I pray for you and everything. We had a good run. It was good while it lasted. And hey, here's to
Yep.
2020, moving on and on to 2026.
Here we go. The next thing.
Yeah.
I think I've opened doors for a lot of people in my life, you
Hmm.
know, and that was probably my assignment when it was my assignment. And I'm
Hmm.
sure in 2026 I'm gonna open a lot more doors for a lot more people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have boss energy, that's what you are. I'm a
Right.
leader by default. And
Right.
I'm gonna always lead first with my head, you know. And I think that's the greatest part about all this. Like I'm just happy. I'm in a happy state of mind. My son is graduating. I'm gonna see him.
Hey, congratulations.
And that's happening in 2026. And I'm
Yes.
proud of him and seeing the man he's become.
Yes.
He's a great girlfriend. And then I have Nay. She's opening Nay Beauty. That's a big thing for her and just her healing
Wow.
process. And then seeing her and my mom meet for the first time. And it's so much that has happened in this short space and period of time.
Mhm.
And even in the darkness of it all, there was joy in the morning. You see what I'm saying? They say joy comes in the morning. It was joy in the morning because I was able to lay in my bed and smile and say, it's not that bad. It was bad, but it's not that bad. So
Right.
yeah. And it brings you to a peaceful place in your heart and your mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For the things that I'm grateful for in 2025. That
Yes.
taking it, I'm going out with a bang. And I
Yes.
told I said, I'm gonna put you in a house that is gonna have a room for you and it's gonna have all your stuff that you need, where you can roll your wheelchair in the shower. You can
Right.
sit on your bed and you can, and that's the drive. That's
Yeah.
I made a promise and that's what's gonna happen. It'll come to pass because I believe that I speak words of volume and I speak life over myself and I believe in
Absolutely.
me to the capacity of nobody has to believe in me, honey. I'm gonna believe in myself at the end of the day. So yeah, so it's that's those are the things, just loving everything.
Yeah,
My little
I love that for you. I have a lot of look forward to in 2026 as well. Got hoping to get signed one, and then also just I look forward to reconnecting with my immediate family, us reconnecting and getting back closer. We had some really good holidays. We had a really good Thanksgiving, we had a really good Christmas, a really good New Year's. So we said to ourselves, like, we need to start doing things. We need to start planning like a family dinner, the four of us getting together for dinner one day out the week, and us getting closer and everything. We realize it. I don't want to hurt. It's like you said, you don't want to hurt. You don't want to be mad. I don't want to be ugly. I don't want to hold any hate or malice towards anything. If I was mad at you, you did something to me, I let it go. I'll come to peace with it. I don't want to be mad anymore. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that in 2026. A lot of changes in my family and everything. So, in my career, growing and getting better with my career. in the entertainment world, us making this show a big hit. It's a lot to look forward to, and some acting roles that we have coming up. So like I said, I'm leaving out with the old, in with the new. Cheers to
And
2026.
embracing the small wins,
Embracing the small wins.
have to always be a big thing. It just, I'm in something, I'm doing something, and it's going to
Right.
mean something to somebody. I think that those are the big things, and always being able to work with you is always good. So we have a couple of things that we're on together, and I think it's always fun. And I always wish you all the best, especially like getting the agency getting signed. That's a big thing, and I'm going to help you get there if I can figure it out. I'm going to help you get there. But it's just, just wanting to see people win. And I think that's the bigger thing. And hopefully people will see that in me and always see that that's always been the picture. You know what I'm saying? It's never been about jealous, hate, envy, malice, or nothing. I've always came from a place of love. And if you missed that part, then you missed me. You see what I'm saying? You missed it. It's your, not mine. I don't have very many people doing a whole lot for me. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not losing much. People don't just come out and just do stuff. So it's like, okay, well, that part. But I want to travel. I got a lot of trips that I've paid for that I'm going on, leaving and getting the hell about it for a little while, and just being with my New Orleans family and running around with them all over the place, going to Africa again. And, and this time really enjoy it, and not have to have somebody saying that I was, somewhere stripping somewhere. I can't wrap my head around some of this stuff, but if that's what makes somebody sleep at night, then that's what makes you sleep at night.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. You know what you do and you know what you don't do. So don't even why worry about it.
So I'm really excited about going again to a different part. I'm going to Cape Town, and I'm gonna see Cape Town. Same amazing women that took me around, and some new ones, and I'm waiting for that. I'm just, that's another highlighted moment of my life. And then, going on the cruise that I'm going on, I'm excited about that, with my whole New Orleans family. There's a whole bunch of them. It's like 100 and some of them, and they all over the place, going and having fun and laughing and just, being
that
able
sounds
to,
like a lot of that sounds like it's gonna be you're gonna have a load of fun. Y'all gonna be cutting up. That's one place I gotta go. I gotta go to New Orleans.
You would love it. The way them people talk, baby, that get you that something about the way them they talk make you want to just be like, say that again.
I know, say that again. They got them accents like that, baby. I love that.
Serious, honey. They can talk at your clothes with that accent. You be like, say that again. Mm-hmm. I got a whole lot of people sideways. Like, what you say? Say it one more time. About my accent, and there's no, I just have I think Southern, but people say they here in New York. I've been out of New York forever, but I think certain words, come out with a Caribbean swing, twang.
When you get mad,
a different kind of way, So it's like, and when I found myself in New York, in New Orleans, I was saying baby all the time. I met some amazing people down there. I see some fine folks, baby. I was looking at some of them there, the side eye, the third eye, like.
I know you was.
Wrong,
Right.
But it's fun. I had fun. They're amazing. They embraced me. They loved on me. I don't think, it's good to meet people that are just like that are just genuine, and you don't have to do nothing extra. You can just be yourself, go in there, laugh, giggle, chuckle, whatever, and they don't care. They don't care.
I love that.
So it was good. So I'm like I said, 2026. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to turn 54. I ain't even tripping at first. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be 54. But now I'm like 54. It is, y'all. And when people say I'm 54, where? Look, where?
Right.
I'm 54. It is what it is.
Right.
I feel good. My health is pretty decent. With little hiccups here and there, but that's life. Life's gonna give you some hiccups.
Yeah,
I got to be screaming on the bleachers on the 30th at the top of my lungs. It's gonna be us with big bobbleheads and everything with his big ass head on it up there, and screaming and hollering his name. So, and then Nay turns 30 on the 21st.
Absolutely.
She's another one. She's all excited about being 30. So she's like, I'm turning 30. Who would have thought? Who would have thought you would have been 30? But she turned 30. Oh yeah, no, we got to try. Come January, me and you gonna be seeing each other so much on the weekend. We gonna think we sisters. We gonna be rooting and rooting.
I mean, there ain't nothing you, because at one point we used to always see each other damn weekend and everything.
See each other every day for the next 8 weeks until we be on stage. Boy, it's gonna be a little lot different. We're gonna be talking about you and me. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun though. I'm waiting. I've been studying and trying to practice a lot. I've been learning the song and doing all what I need to do.
Yeah, I've been studying and learning the song and everything, and we've been doing these little Zoom calls over the holidays and stuff like that. And so in person, I know they're gonna come back on us and be real strict and everything. So we gotta really prepare ourselves and get ready. So we can be ready for that end of that February show and everything, because that was the first show.
When y'all come, everybody's invited to come out to see Rooted on February 27th. We're going to post about it. It's an open show. You can come out, support us, support the cast. It's a musical. It's going to be a great musical. You want to make sure you come out. I don't know how the tickets go. I don't know how that works. We haven't been told that far ahead, but you all, if you're in Atlanta and you're in the Stockbridge area, you need to come out and check out this play. It's a musical. It's called Rooted, especially if you want to know about culture and, see all these lovely animals jump across this screen, and just come out and check it out. I think it's going to be beautiful. I really do.
It's a great show. It's a great project. It's different and everything. The creator of it, the woman, she's genius. She's full of a lot of life, and she directs when she's stern, she's like, no, don't say it that way. I want to say it that way. She's on us. So we're gonna have it together by February. This is gonna be a show you do not want to miss. So make sure you come and check us out. We would love to see you all out in that audience cheering us on.
As always, meet us in the building. Meet us, come up, and we embrace everybody. So come up and make your presence known, honey. Sometimes I can't see, but make your presence known. Make if you're in the building, come up and say, hey, I rock with you on whatever social media you see us on.
Right.
Y'all with us all the time anyway. I know y'all with me all the time because I'm always online.
Yeah. We gotta we know who our little regulars are. We got Balan, we got Mike, we got Juan. And
quiet lately.
Who?
Balan in a minute.
Everybody, it's a holiday time. Everybody's out of town, and
I haven't seen Balan in a while. I was just saying that I was like, Dad, what I haven't seen? I see Juan, I see my regulars, I see Marvin, I see there's a couple of them that I
Mike and
Punk and Econ, and the ones that we have that we know are the ones that come on all the time. We see y'all, and we want to make sure y'all know that we see y'all. We don't never want you to feel like we don't. Sometimes we don't get to all the messages that pop up. We get to them after. Try to focus on the show and be more creative about the content we're putting out and putting in the universe, because we want to be picked up as a brand as a whole. So we want the show to be clean. We want it to look professional. So we really try to stick to something that's bigger. And when you pray and you're praying for stuff, then you got to pray and you got to ask God to guide you in the way that He feels it should align.
Right. And trust me, your comments and your love towards us, it doesn't go unnoticed. We appreciate it and everything. We may not be able to respond right away, but when we see it, we definitely gonna respond, show you some love and everything, because we love everybody who comes on here. We have a lot of great supporters and everything, and we look forward to you supporting us in 2026 and on and on and on.
You all have stuck with us through this 9-week process of Leah Nicole doing this other thing she was involved in, and she's almost out of it. We're almost through that obstacle, but we're still out here, being great. We have some great people coming on in the show in the new year. That's going to be on the show and with us and rocking with us. And we have the people that just love watching us. They watch us after you hold the screen, whatever you get out of it. Sharing and subscribing. How about that part? I don't know where it's from. Just make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you're going to. Give us some emojis, send us some stars,
This stuff makes you great. All of this stuff makes you bigger than what you are. It's just what happens. This makes us great. You're only bigger than your audience. And if your audience can't vibe with you or find you somewhere in between, and you're really doing yourself an injustice. You're just up here wasting time. So the whole goal is to be great at this,
Right.
you know, and make this podcast bigger than us. That is the end goal. And hopefully you'll see that, you'll see us on somebody's screen. You're going to see us in some screens, of course, on movies, but we want to see it on the screen.
We're claiming it, and we're going to be on it. We claiming it right here, speaking into existence. We are going to be on network shows that you see on television. That's what we're doing in 2026. We're claiming it and we speaking into existence. You're going to see us. We're going to work with Tyler Perry. We're going to work with all some of these big names and everything. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it. We're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and the doors and the opportunities, they come. But everything, I always say this, everything comes when it's your time. It doesn't come before. It comes when it's your time.
Right.
So just always know that. And don't, like I said, whatever y'all do going into 2026, don't go in there with no malice. Don't let nobody have you out of character, out of pocket. Anything before that clock hit midnight, don't have nobody having you out of pocket.
Right.
Be in calm, still moment.
Yes.
Know that God's got you through the storm.
Yes. Trust God's timing, because how you start your year is very important, because that determines how good of a year you're gonna have and everything. So you got to start the year off right. Just let it go. If it didn't work for you in 2025, try something different and something new in 2026. Keep going. Because it's like what I said, all we doing is winning. That's all I see. All we doing is winning. We can't do nothing else but win at this point. So yeah, don't hold any malice or against it. Don't hold anything against anyone. Like I said, move on, let it go, release it. 1, 2, 3, release it. Okay.
Go run in the grass if you got to. Go out there and run in the grass, honey. That grounding does a good job. Go out there. Run and make your feet feel good, feel happy in the moment. Do something that makes you comfortable and happy with who you are as a person. That's the part that matters. Right. But we've come upon this hour.
Yes.
We want y'all to go out here and be safe tonight.
Yes.
You're gonna drink carefully.
Yes.
Don't get yourself to the point where you get yourself in trouble.
Right.
Be responsible. Think responsible. Love on your kids if you got them.
Yes.
Love people that love you.
Yes.
And bring in the New Year's like you want it to be for the rest of the year.
Yes, absolutely. We here at Unfiltered at 5 with Shelly Live and Leah Nicole, we love all of you, each and every one of you. I pray that you all I pray that you bring in the new year 2026, that you bring it in right. We are, like I said, I want to see everybody do good. Keep on supporting us. We love you all so much. We thank you so much. Like I said, be careful, be safe out there. Just like what she said, we love you all so much. We thank you so much for making Unfiltered at 5. With Shelly Live and Leah Nicole, thank you so much for making the show. We didn't have, we did this show, it was a good, this show, it was a good year, for our show and everything, little 9 weeks that we spent together and everything. And I'm looking forward to keep on doing this and let's keep growing and everything. I'm looking forward to it. So please, 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 we love you all so much and everything. Cheers to 2026. I guess we're putting up our little fake cup shell. Like, cheers to 2026. We love y'all so much. Happy New Year, everyone. We out.
And we're out of here.
Bye.
Girls, let's talk about it. Did you hear them talking about it? Oh my God, do you know this? What? Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Shelly Live and Leah Nicole on a roll. Lighting up the stream, the vibe is bold. Shelly Live and Leah Nicole, let's go. Kicking down doors, we make some noise. Grown folks talk with truth and voice. Doing it big, turning up the flow. Shelly Live and Leah Nicole, Oh yeah, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Oh yeah, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Everywhere, it's Shelly Live and Leah Nicole. Oh yeah, grown talk vibes, the moment is here.
for tuning